Okay, it's the Diabetic Dad. We're back here making a really quick lunch today. Sometimes if you're on the run, if you're trying to eat a little bit extra healthy in a given day and you just want to have something nutrient dense, protein rich, quick, easy, you don't really want to feel weighed down, you don't really feel too bloated, something filling, this can be substituted as an entire lunch. I'm at the point right now where this is kind of the vegetable portion of my lunch. I do typically like to eat some turkey as well. Maybe even another snack or two. But for a while there, when I was trying to lose some weight, this is all I had for my lunch meal. It is a smoothie. It's a spinach-based smoothie, and there's only 5 ingredients depending on how you're going to make it. We're going to go through 2 different variations that I've come to enjoy here today. But like I said, this can be your entire lunch. This could be breakfast. This could be a snack. This really could be anything that you want it to be. So all you're going to really need, number 1, blender. Okay. You're going to need some sort of a liquid. I like using either just the original unsweetened soy milk because it packs quite a punch of extra protein, or original unsweetened almond milk. Again, there's very little carbohydrates in here, no sugars. With the soy milk, you're getting 7 grams of protein per 1 cup, so that's a good amount of protein. We're going to use some sort of like a leafy green. I like this spring mix and baby spinach. It's 5 ounces, so I'm gonna use about half a bag, somewhere about 2.5 to 3 ounces of what we're gonna put in there. We're gonna throw in some organic blueberries, maybe somewhere between half to a full cup of those. I like to keep them frozen. It makes the consistency and the texture of this much more like a milkshake, and it actually will taste like a milkshake. And then we're gonna use half of a medium banana, also frozen. You can see we buy a lot of bananas and they don't all get eaten, which is perfectly fine because I put them in this gallon freezer bag, throw them in the freezer, and then very easy prep already for when I need to make my smoothie. So we've got 2 different protein powders to add in, depending on what you're feeling in the given day. We've got the hemp protein powder. Hemp is a really phenomenal protein. It's the only plant-based protein and one of a few of all the protein sources, whether that's eggs or meat or dairy or poultry or what have you, that is a complete protein, meaning that it has all 9 essential amino acids that our body needs to function and to thrive. So hemp is pretty awesome. The problem is you need 4 tablespoons and it tastes like you're eating earth. And so if you're into that, fine. No amount of blueberries is gonna mask that. No amount of bananas is gonna mask that. So what I have, if we're gonna go the hemp route, is a little bit of pumpkin spice. Makes it taste like you're drinking a liquid pumpkin pie. Pretty fantastic. Or otherwise, we're going to go with this organic protein. It is plant-based. It is a pea protein. And so this entire meal could be vegan if you're looking at it that way. This is going to be chocolate. It's going to have a little bit higher protein content, 21 grams in here versus 15 grams in the hemp. And so if we're going the hemp route, I'm typically going to make it with soy milk. If we're going the chocolatey route, I'm typically going to make it with almond milk, because the net protein is about the same between the 2, depending on how you look at it. So real quick, all we're gonna do here, number 1, I've actually got to go pick up some more soy milk today, so I'm just gonna measure out about 1 cup to 1.25 cups of almond milk. And your blender should have those measuring marks on it. As you can see here, mine does. And so that's the cup mark. We're about at 1.25 cups. I find that it makes it a little bit easier to blend all the ingredients together when you've got a little bit more than 1 cup of liquids, just because the banana, it's frozen, it's gonna take some time to chop up. 2.5 ounces of these leafy greens, they kind of get stuck in there, and so the more liquid, the better. You don't want it too runny. You do want that nice, thick smoothie consistency, but 1.25 cups should do the trick. So we're gonna open up these greens next. Again, I'm just gonna take a couple handfuls, about half of the bag. And these are already pre-washed, they're thoroughly washed, they're ready to eat. That's the nice thing about buying them like this. So yeah, they are in a package, they're in plastic, but again, it's really easy. I'm next gonna scoop my protein in. And so with this particular one, it's 2 of these scoopers. The packet comes with a scoop. The hemp protein, interestingly, does not come with a scoop. And so you would need to just use one of your own teaspoons, or tablespoons, I should say. So one of my measuring tablespoons is just always living in here. So that I don't have to re-dirty it and get it out. So that's another reason why you want to buy multiple measuring devices. Next, I'm just going to kind of eyeball these blueberries. Again, somewhere between half a cup and 1 cup. Looking pretty good. And then we're going to wrap it up here by putting one of our banana halves in. And now we're ready to mix it up. So we're just going to put the lid on. Make sure our blender's on. lot of blenders are gonna have a smoothie setting, so all I did was just set it to the smoothie setting, pressed on. This is a Vitamix, it's a phenomenal blender, another Cleveland company. But basically, one time should do the trick, especially if you put enough liquids in there. Sometimes you notice the banana doesn't get chopped up all the way, or there's some random leaves hanging on the edges. You might have to do it twice. Kids usually don't like hearing the sound of this blender, so just give them a fair warning before you turn it on, or make sure they're outside playing in the snow or something. But otherwise, what are we on? We're not even on 10 minutes of this video, and we basically are done with lunch. And so we're just gonna get out a cup, gonna pour her in there. It's gonna be a little bit of like a purpley brown kind of color, so it doesn't look very appetizing. But I tell you what, this thing literally tastes like a chocolate milkshake when you make it with that chocolate protein. So here's a liquid lunch for you. If you want to throw in one of the zucchini muffins as a nice supplement, maybe some low sodium turkey deli meat on a whole grain wrap with some cut up cucumbers, maybe some horseradish or some mustard, maybe some peppers. You got yourself a full lunch. Hope you enjoy. So dad joke of the day, if you've heard this one, stop me, but how come mustard didn't win the race? Because he couldn't catch up.